Good evening and welcome to the weekly RNG crew Rise and Grind team call. Shout out to Danny and Paul who made a late call because I usually only do Beachbody on Mondays, and I had one of my VIP massage clients actually message me yesterday and said, hey, is there any way you can come out to the house and do 3 massages back to back, which you can't really pass up that income. So that's where I literally just walked in the door from. So we're hosting a late call tonight, but it's I'm going to make it quick because my wife and baby boy are in a different state. They actually drove over to Idaho right after Spartan Race on Saturday. So they are camping for the week, which I wish I can be there, but it's a prime example of building this business takes sacrifice. And this was one of those sacrifices I had to make. I was at a crossroads because as much as I would love to just hit pause on business and life and go enjoy that time with them and family, the team is on a roll. You guys are on a roll, so I made that sacrifice, for you guys. Because I want to be here. I want to be able to help people out. I want to get these challenge groups up and going. Get the team up and going. I have team calls, right now, and then I have calls with each of you throughout the week. So that was one of the sacrifices I made. So it's a prime example of don't think that this business is easy. Don't think that you're going to sign up and stuff is just going to happen naturally. It takes work. It takes sacrifice. And unless you understand the sacrifice portion, you won't get far because the second it gets hard, you'll quit, which I've seen happen more than one time in my own business and thousands of times throughout the entire Beachbody business. So I'm going to bust this out because I have a FaceTime I'm going to do with those guys in about 20 minutes. Literally have not even seen their faces in 2 days, not even on a video call because we've both been kind of doing our own thing and busy. So I'm going to bust this out. Going to recognition, Coach Sierra, who blew this thing out of the park within 2 weeks. It was 13 days of her signed up. She nailed Success Club 10 and got her first 2 coaches on board. So huge shout out to Sierra. Go to her Facebook page, blow that thing up with congrats because she absolutely just, boom, no excuses, went for it. Then trailing right behind that is Danny at Success Club 2, and being only the 10th of the month, you guys are pretty much the only ones with any points right now. I know for myself, I have this mindset right now I'm going to talk about I have 2 points I'm going to talk about. The second point is providing content and value for the first 2 weeks. So the last 2 weeks of the month is where we make those conversions. So you'll see on my end, my points and my new coaches are going to get plugged in the final 2 weeks of the month. So I want to touch base on Periscope, guys. Periscope is a huge, 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 huge opportunity that a lot of people are missing out on. I have been Periscoping 3 times a day, minus yesterday and today. I'm still going to get 2 Periscopes in tonight. So trying to think where I left off. No, I was trying to think if I want to open up a note that I took from someone else yesterday. I'll just give my own little input. Periscope is where it's at. If you have done YouTube videos in the past, if you have tried to find a platform to get your message out there and to build a following, Periscope is it. You need to download it and you need to use it, and it needs to be consistently. This is where everyone is falling short, and this is where I fell short in the beginning. I'm going to pull up some stats real quick. So I posted that before and after a picture of my Periscope, right? I've only been using this thing for this is week 9. I have been using this. So the second week into it, I had 52 followers. I don't remember how many likes I had on that thing. It's like 2,000 or something. So as of today, I have 188 followers and 46,000 likes. So people have tapped their screens 46,000 times. Put that into perspective, right? So that only happened in the last month. The first month, I popped on there whenever I felt like it. I popped on there when I was motivated. I popped on there when I was like in the middle of a workout, like, yeah, let's do this. But when I made the mindset shift of, you know what, I'm going to take Periscope. I'm going to treat this shit like a business, like I'm getting paid to Periscope. Because if I put in that level of work now when I'm not getting paid, one day that's going to pay off. It might be a week from now, it might be 6 months from now, but the work I put in now to my Periscope, it's going to pay off. So it's one thing that you probably are missing out on if you're doing what I was doing and you're only on Periscope once a week or once every other week or whenever you feel like it. You are missing out on a huge opportunity. Periscope is still new. There's not a whole lot of people on there as far as what we are doing in our fitness and health industry. So you have an opportunity to be one of those first people in there that blows this thing up, kind of like how I'm doing. So if you want to set a schedule for yourself, kind of what I'm doing. So I do 3 Periscopes a day throughout the month of August. So I'm doing a business tip, and they don't have to be long, guys. They can be 5 minutes. Just pop on there, say, here's the tip of the day. And it can be about, I'm doing business, health, and motivation. Those are my 3 topics I'm covering every single day throughout the whole month. And it's been the last, so I've been doing that for 10 days now. So it's only been the last 10 days I've watched that account blow up because I've been consistent showing up. I can't tell you how many days out of the last 10 days, there's been about 5 days. So about 50% of the time, I don't want to get on Periscope. I don't want to put myself on video. I might feel like crap. I might be tired. Screaming baby at home causes that. So there's days I don't feel like doing it, but because I'm showing up and I'm putting in the work because I dedicated myself to it, not because I feel like it, that's where this happens. So if you want to build Periscope, if you want to build YouTube, a blog, whatever you want to build, it has to come with consistency. But specifically with Periscope, you need to find your topics, your niche. You can't hop on there and do what 90% of Periscopers are doing, which is holding their phone up going, so what's up, guys? Right? That's what most people are doing, is they're kind of just lollygagging on their phone trying to figure it out. If you go up there and you have a message and you give that message to who needs to hear it, follow. They start liking. That's where you start to build that momentum. So find your niches. Obviously, fitness can be one. If you're following a fitness program, which if you're a coach on my team, I expect you to be on a program. If you're not on a program, please do me a favor and quit the team, because you need to lead by example before anything else. That's the level of commitment our team is committed to. I named us, we used to be Team Achieve, right? Because it was all about achieving goals. But then it never quite fit me. It never quite felt right. And I started looking at my own mentality and how my brain kind of works now. And this all happened at the same time that I started waking up early. And then I heard an Eric Thomas video, and he said this one thing. He said, if you want to make it happen, you need to get your butt up, rise and grind. And that rise and grind stuck with me, because if you rise, you are grinding. This is not team wake up late, be lazy, show up when you feel like it. This is team rise and grind. We need to show up. We need to lead by example. And that comes down to kind of what I'm talking about here with Periscope. A lot of you have said, yeah, I want to do Periscope. I don't know what to do with it. I'm giving you all the information you need with this. So, Danny, I was talking to Danny on the phone on Friday, and, Danny was stuck in the position I was stuck in 4 weeks ago. And yeah, you want a Periscope, but what do you talk about, right? You have no idea what to talk about. You find something that you are going through and you share tips based on that. So Danny, for example, he's a nurse. He works crazy hours, like 1,001 hours a week. And so I told him, wait, you're doing 2 workouts a day. How are you doing that? That is Danny's niche. How to get my workouts in when I work X amount of hours. Because that's a very common thing that a lot of people are doing. They're working businesses and desks and, nurse and that kind of stuff. So people that are working crazy hours, they need to know how to squeeze in their fitness, prep their meals, that kind of stuff. So that's the topic Danny can share about. So you need to find what you can share about, whether you're a stay-at-home mom. How do you manage kids and your fitness and your health? Those are tips that you can be giving out. That's content and value you can be giving out. So you need to narrow it down to your top, 2 to 3 topics that you want to talk about. And by showing up consistently, you start to build that following. Now, with Periscope, it's not just about you when it comes to building it. You need to be going to other Periscopers, commenting on their material. You need to be studying what that whole list of the top Periscopers, go through each of those guys and kind of find out what they're doing. What topics are they talking about? Why do they get so many likes? And don't necessarily copy and paste what they're doing. Copy what they're doing, but add your own twist to it. Make it you, because it's your personality that is going to attract your type of people. Unless you guys have any questions, I think that you pretty much nailed it on the head with Periscope. It's just like any other platform, guys. Facebook, personal page or like page, YouTube videos, blogging, fit clubs, all these different platforms that we use as coaches, they're worthless unless you completely devote yourself to it. So pick a platform, go 100% in, all in, master that platform. And once you master it, then try another one. Master that one. You start to build these little skill sets in each one. So like for myself, I've mastered my personal page. I'm in the habit. It's a lifestyle now. I post 5 to 7 times a day on average. And I get a lot of traffic via challenge pack sales, new coach conversions, that kind of stuff. I get a lot of traffic through my personal page. Now, my like page struggles because I've never fully committed myself to it. I've never gone all in. So now with Periscope, you guys probably saw I had ordered, I don't even know where this thing is at. Oh, it's right here. If you guys want a pretty sweet tripod, go into a leaders group, find that link I posted. This guy. This thing is very, I mean, you can see it takes some strength to bend this. So this thing is sturdy. This thing swivels in all kinds of different levels. And I'm going to take my old one off here. I don't even know what the brand is on this one, but it's a piece of crap. It was like $6. This, on the other hand, like you put, you wrap this on something, right? The second you put your phone on it, the whole thing bends down. So you can see, based on that photo I posted in the leaders group, I made that decision to go all in with Periscope. I'm not going to treat it like a newbie. I'm going to be a professional on Periscope. I've already made that decision. So I got the equipment I needed. This was like, I don't even know how much. Chad, you ordered it. It was like 10 or 11 bucks, 12 bucks, 20. Cheap. Tax write-off on top of that. So I got this. I paid another $13 to get different lenses I can put on my phone. So I get this cool fishbowl effect, and I get a wide angle lens so it shows more of my body and not just like this. Right? So that's part of making a decision to go all in. If you go all in with Periscope, these are basic tools that can help you. If you go all in with your like page, just like most of you should have if you're following the daily assignments and engaging like you said you did in the beginning, you would have watched Anita Myron's video I put up today, and she talked about her like page and the money she puts into it. So if you go all in with your like page, you should be taking 10% of your income and investing it into marketing via your like page, because that stuff works. Look at most of the top 10 coaches use that method. So whatever method you decide to go in with, don't go in there and kind of poke your head through, post here and post there and kind of, whatever. Go all in. Decide to be a professional in it. Just like as a Beachbody coach, you can easily tell the ones who decide to be a professional Beachbody coach or the ones who treat it like a hobby. It's easy to determine that. So, number one, make a decision to go all in, whether it be Periscope, blogging, whatever. I'm talking about Periscope and what I've done. You guys can see I have almost 50,000 likes on that thing. And half of those came within the last 3 weeks, coincidentally, since I've been consistent. So with Periscope, if you need specific help and you don't really know what to talk about, reach out to me because I can help give you some ideas. And Shalene Johnson, I think it's periscopeisdope.com or something like that. She made a list of 100 different topics. I'll find the actual link and post it in the group for you guys. So she made a list of 100 different topics you can talk about. And being in a Beachbody coach, right? Fitness, health, nutrition, mindset, motivation. This is all stuff you can talk about. Share about your journey and what works for you. If you watch any of my Periscopes, I never talk about stuff that I don't do myself. I'm just sharing my journey, what works for me, and other people get something out of it. So that's kind of Periscope 101. Make a decision to be a professional with it. Just like, this is why I love Eric Worre and GoPro. It's the exact same thing. Choose to be a professional in whatever you do. So that's step number 1, is make the decision to do it. Step number 2 is come up with some type of schedule if you want to. So if Mondays you want to, that is the correct link. Okay, cool. So periscopeisdope.com is Chalene Johnson. Watch her stuff on Periscope because she is awesome. She gives out free advice that she can easily charge money for on a webinar, but it's really good stuff. So periscopeisdope.com. Look up the huge list of 100 different topics to talk about. So step 1, make a decision. Step 2 is to create some type of layout. So understand what you want to talk about. If you want to go as in-depthly as making an actual schedule per week. So like Mondays, you're going to share a motivational quote. Tuesdays, you're going to share a nutrition tip. Wednesdays, you're going to share a workout clip, something like that. Come up with the schedule for yourself if you want to. Step number 3, keep doing it consistently over and over and over. I can tell you one thing. You are not going to have a lot of followers and likes in the beginning. You're going to have like one person watching the whole time. Keep doing it as if 1,000 people are on there, because if you treat it like 1,000 people are on there, someday there will be 1,000 and you'll be ready for it. You won't miss that train. So questions on Periscope so far? Give me a thumbs up if I nailed it all so far. Awesome. As you guys can see, I'm fired up, man. We are sitting on a friggin' golden egg that very few people actually tap into. And it has nothing to do with anything but ourselves and our friggin' mindsets and our limiting beliefs that we put on ourselves. That's the only reason we are not making more money. That's the only reason we're not helping more people, is because of up here. It is nothing else. It's all the shit that you see that goes on, Facebook marketing and blah, 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 blah. None of that matters. It comes down to you leading with your vision, not the product. If all you're doing is posting links, if all you're doing is talking about the product, that's not making connections with anybody. That's not driving emotion. Lead with your vision, lead with your purpose, and you'll start to see the trickle effect of your actions. So that brings me into my second topic, which is content and value. If you are not providing any type of content and value to people, they will not follow you. They will not purchase from you. We're all in this to make some money. We all got bills to pay. We want to make this a business. That shit's not happening until you start to step up as a professional. Treat this like a business. Provide content and value like it's your job, because it is. You get paid to recruit coaches and to make sales. That's what the bottom line is. We're all in this to help people. I get that. But the bottom line is you are paid to recruit coaches and to, whether it be host a challenge group, fit club, whatever your alternative is to make it happen, that's what you're paid to do. So if you are making $0 right now, I ask, are you recruiting coaches or driving those challenge packs to people? Because if it's a no, it's directly correlated. You are paid to recruit coaches and to drive product. That's what the bottom line is in a business aspect. Now, of course, on the personal aspect, we're here to change damn lives. And I'm a firm believer now, because I've come from being the lazy person who was not providing anything and always expecting customers to come to me. It's when I started becoming consistent with providing stuff, whether it be free consults or I'm sitting on chat for a half hour with somebody talking about their goals, writing a blog post, doing my Periscopes now. You have to be providing something. Chalene Johnson, she calls them freemiums, right? You pay a premium for a certain thing, but she gives out freemiums. And look at the friggin' following she has. And if you build that list of followers and people that connect with you, and those are your lifers, as she calls them, they're people who are going to stand by you because they love your drive, they love you, and most of all, they believe in your vision too. which is why if you are leading with the product and not your vision, you're never going to build those lifers. You're going to get people that trickle in and out. But if you want the people who are going to be by your side, you have to put that vision out there. Here's where I'm going. Here's what I want to do. Who's coming with me? And you provide the content and value to people in these different methods like Periscope, blogging, YouTube, etc. Even your Facebook pages. You need to be providing stuff, whether it be motivational posts, nutrition tips, whatever you do for your niche, provide it, and provide it consistently, because if you don't, you are always going to struggle. That's what it comes down to. So, quick recap. Periscope. Make a decision that you are going to become a professional with it. You're not going to be an amateur. Step number 2 for that was decide what type of content you're going to make. So pick 2 or 3 topics you are going to talk about. So for me, it's business, health, which breaks down to fitness, nutrition, and mindset. Obviously, as Beachbody coaches, you guys can do that exact same thing that I'm doing. I don't share any tips that are like groundbreaking. Somebody hears and goes, why didn't I think of that? I'm sharing simple information, and I'm sharing my stories that go along with it. Like when I shared the other day, I shared about not quitting on yourself when you look in the mirror and you're discouraged. I talked about progress versus perfection, and I didn't just share that tip. I shared, here's what I went through when I was 225 pounds and I hated myself. And then I dropped down to 205 pounds, and then I went back up to 220, and then 195, and I went back and forth. I shared that part of my journey and the pain that came with that. That's where you get viewers. That's where you get connection. You have to share your story. Even if you are the biggest work in progress that you think that's walking the face of the earth, it doesn't matter. You are still on a journey. People connect with you when you share about it. Don't just share the good stuff. It's where you share the crap that people connect with you. It's the craziest thing, right? You share a depressing post, and all of a sudden you got your lifers are there to back you up. So that's Periscope, guys. Just be real, be you. If you are friggin' nutty and crazy, let it all out. Who cares? They're people you probably don't even know and you'll never run into in person. Be you, because by being you, you attract those people to you. And then be consistent, guys. Again, I only built my almost 50,000 likes. I only built that because I've been consistent. You guys saw me when I first kind of got like, oh my gosh, this Periscope thing, I just downloaded the app. Like, I remember posting that inside the leaders group. I just downloaded this cool app. And I remember doing my first fireside chat, and I had like 100 people on there. And I had like 52 likes, 2 followers. And now, fast forward 8-9 weeks later, I've got almost 200 followers and 50,000 likes. That only happened because I never took my foot off the gas. I decided I'm going to make this happen. I'm going all in with this thing, and I floored it, and I keep flooring it every single day. That's why I'm building what I'm building with it. So if you continue to choose, because it is a choice to be lazy, if you choose to be lazy with whatever you know you should be doing, I'm not going to see you on the other side, because we're all looking at the same mountain. You get to choose how far up you want to go, and we're all in this together. So you either stick with your team or you're getting left behind, because that's what happens in this business. So when we start to reach towards top 10 coach, 5-star elite status, are you still going to be the struggling emerald sitting behind going, well, I don't know what to do? You weren't consistent. Out of anything in this entire business, it's the consistency that pays off. It's the consistency that's the number one tip. It's not pour money into Facebook advertising. It's not, do 1,000 Periscope videos a day. It all boils down to consistency. You can look at yourself in the mirror, not just with like your physical body and your health, but like, look at who you are. Who you are and what you look like is solely based on your consistency or lack thereof. So if you've been inconsistent, it's going to show. If you are consistent, it also shows. You can, look into a crowd of 100 people. You can pinpoint the ones that work out every single day and eat the right foods because they're consistent. Or vice versa, you can point out the ones who probably have not worked out in 10 plus years. It all comes down to the consistency. So if there's one takeaway from this team call, choose a platform, be consistent with it, and master it. But that can be any platform you are comfortable with. If you are great at writing, you're more of an internal thinker and not so much of a speaker. Because we have teachers and preachers is what it's called. So I'm a preacher. When I get fired up, I need to get my message out on video somehow or in person. Then you get teachers who are more internal thinkers. They like to write, so obviously blogging and that kind of stuff is more beneficial. So you find the platform that works for you. Don't try it out for 2 weeks and go, man, I only have one viewer. There's only one subscriber. Who cares? We all start at ground zero. We all start with 1 subscriber and 2 subscribers. You have to stay consistent over the course of months until you can make a decision. Is this working or is it not? If you choose something, if you choose Periscope, if you choose Instagram, if you choose blogging, if you choose YouTube videos, stay consistent for 90 days. I dare you to do it for 90 days because you will be amazed at what shows up on day 90 if you stay consistent with it. So aside from that, guys, it's 8:30 and I have not seen the faces of my babies in 2 days because they are out camping somewhere. So I'm going to go FaceTime those guys right now. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm not up here to show tough love because I want to pick on people. I'm here to show tough love because I freaking care. Because I don't like watching people struggle because I've struggled. I still struggle with stuff. And that is a really freaking loud motorcycle. I kind of love idiots down here. Man, we're on a small street too. Anyways, the tough love is here because I care. Because we're all facing the same mountain, right? I don't think anyone truly ever reaches the top because that means that you stop, right? You stop when you die. We think different than regular people. We have a vision. We have a goal. So we're all looking at the same mountaintop. I've gotten over a few of those first hurdles, and some of you might still be at the bottom. That's why I'm freaking here. That's why I host team calls. That's why I'm here for you guys, because I want to help pull you up with me to see kind of, you can't see the bigger vision until you start getting over those hurdles and look behind you and go, oh, damn, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. Look at those of you that went to Summit. You've heard us talk about Summit for years, and then you finally go and go, oh, wow, now I get it. That's why I'm up here preaching this stuff right now. That's why I'm going to be showing tough love. If you can't handle tough love, I'm sorry. Get out of the groups because that's what I'm going to be doing because I need tough love to get my ass in gear. I need people yelling at me. I need motivation. That's why I love Shanti. If you're not that type, we're probably not going to get along too well because I'm going to push you. I'm going to challenge you. I already gave all of you a heads up within the leaders group on day 1. I'm going to push you. I'm going to challenge you. But if you don't meet me halfway and follow through with what is given, I don't care if it's something as small as here's a daily video for motivation. Here's a task to do. Those are there for a reason. If you skip them, you're going to be kicked out of the group. If you do them, your life will freaking change. It comes down to that simple choice. Do it or don't. I don't like gray area in anything. I like black or white. I understand it's not always that way because life has gray, but I'm definitely getting more in the mindset of everything in this life is a choice. Obviously, certain things like life knocking you down, that's not a choice. Staying down, that's a choice. Popping into the leaders group every single morning and checking for that pin post if there is one, that's a choice. Skipping it, that's a choice. Your workouts, those are choices. Every single one of these things are choices. You make enough of the right choices, and all of a sudden your bank account grows, your relationships get better, you become healthier. Wow, what luck, right? That's why I'm up here doing this stuff, guys. That's why I'm showing the tough love, and I'm going to be, giving this, the whole group, the whole team, a swift kick in the ass, including myself, because I only kick other people's ass at the same level I'm kicking my own. I can assure you and promise you guys, I will never get up here and preach anything I'm not doing to myself. So by me showing tough love, trust me, I look in the mirror every single day and I tell myself the exact same things. And it's always in the back of my head. What more can you do? Are you sure you want to turn on Netflix? Are you sure you want to sit down? Because you know that this will happen if you do. No. I want this shit to happen. I know you guys too. This has been Coach Chaz. Peace out, crew. I'll see you in the group. Have a great night.